Oh, here we are. Hi, Bill.
Hi.
Okay.
Hey, what's up?
Perfect. Hi, everybody.
And now they can hear me, so now it's not as confusing because I forgot to unmute myself.
But are we actually doing the video or is just voice?
I don't need your video because
Okay, perfect.
I haven't figured out how to put that into the software yet.
Okay, don't worry.
This is the second time I've done a Facebook Live like this, so.
Okay, no problem. There we go.
All right, so I have David and MJ with me, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're both here.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go into the intro, and I have those three questions for you, and I'll let you talk about your song. When it gets to the point that the reality suite question is asked, I'm gonna ask it, and then I'll edit them in later.
Okay.
And when I say that we're gonna listen to your song, that's gonna be edited in later as well.
Okay.
So, are you ready?
Yes.
Let me just verify that the Skype recorder is working. Okay. Hey, it's Bill, and you are tuned in to 3 Questions and a Song, episode number 29. With me tonight are MJ and David from the band Nocion from Puerto Rico.
Hi.
Hi. So I was going to attempt to do that in Spanish, but my Spanish minor is quite old and I don't use it very often.
But that's simple as just hola.
Well, but I meant the whole introduction.
Yeah.
Tres
Hola.
preguntas y una canción. Is that right?
Yes, that's it. Correct.
Yeah, that thing's like, let's see, 18 years old. My minor.
Wow, I can't believe you sounded pretty good.
Yeah, you sounded very good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so for the people that aren't familiar with this show, I'm going to ask them 2 questions. We're going to talk a little bit about their song. I believe we're playing The Grave tonight. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask about their song The Grave, and we'll listen to it. And we'll come back in Reality Suite from last episode. We'll have a question for them. They will ask a question of the band Frank Vieira.
Yeah, we got it ready. We're ready.
And wherever else it goes. But that's the structure. So we're going to start right off with the first question. There isn't much of segue in this show. It just kind of fire away, and whatever happens.
Oh, no problem with me.
Yeah, just a quickie.
That's right.
No problem with that.
So, I misplaced my questions already. I'm on fire.
No worries. We're here waiting good.
Here we go.
It's the virus, man. It's the virus, man.
Oh, listen, that really does have me messed up tonight. I'm a school teacher, and we were at school today, and we were starting to prepare to teach online as of this morning. And by the end of the day, we were told there was no school.
Wow.
So,
it's a little bit.
Hey, Bill, are you at least getting paid?
yes, I'm salary.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I don't have a problem with that.
My sister's a teacher in Texas, and they're doing that too.
Yeah, we're
The good thing is they gave them 3 weeks on spring break.
Yeah, we have 2 weeks, but it's fluid. They're going to reassess it as it goes.
Yeah.
And we are going to do some online teaching, but we have to finish preparing for that on Monday.
Yeah.
But okay, so question number 1. Let's say I tag along on your next tour. What bands would the soundtrack between shows contain? So what are we going to listen to?
Okay, so right now, it's Between the Shadows. That's the name of the new EP.
Beyond the Shadows.
Beyond the Shadows. Oh my God!
The album. It's not even an EP.
Album is an EP. It's an album.
So Into the Darkness, and then we head into the shadows.
No. We have Into the Darkness. It's an EP that came out in 2017, and our new album is going to be called Beyond the Shadows.
Right. So what I'm saying is, you start out in the darkness, and then you start to move it out into the shadows.
Exactly. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, the next album is going to be called Into the Sunset or something, or Sunrise or something like that.
Not gonna be like that. That's not gonna be it, Dave. Well, you're gonna listen to this album. Has a lot of energy, a lot of harder, strong, heavier kind of riffs. And then we have a very big blend with melodies, and we have a ballad. We have a bonus track. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's a combination of everything.
A lot of things, yeah. But it's definitely a little bit more aggressive in some parts, and I love that, because when we played that live, it really goes through the energy to the people, and I think they really like the hard
people
parts.
Like it, you know.
Yeah.
What kind of bands influence you? Like what else? What other bands might we listen to as well?
Okay, our band is very. We don't have specific.
We were just having this conversation.
Yeah,
right?
and we were like, wow, because I've listened to jazz because my dad was a drummer, and then I grew up with that, with rock and soft rock and Latin and different kind of stuff. And all the band has different stuff. So bands would I don't know how to explain it, because it's a very weird sound.
I grew up listening to salsa music and death metal and grindcore.
And
that's an eclectic mix.
Yeah, it's very eclectic. That's the word. We are eclectic. I can listen to Doro from the
Doro.
Whatever. I love her voice, and I can listen to In This Moment. We have all that kind of vibe.
Slayer, Hallows Eve, DRI, Sick of It All.
Korn, Total, Perfect Circle, stuff like that. So we have a very big mix.
It's a very eclectic big mix,
That's it is. The salsa, I didn't really hear that in the song I listened to.
Yeah, but one of the reasons why I ask you for your email address is because I'm going to send you the full EP, so you can then compare this conversation we're having. Then you can compare the songs to the conversation.
We just mix a lot of stuff on, but no, this song is heavy as heck.
I don't have any internet until tomorrow evening.
They're not even going to hear that part of the question.
No, he's talking. Shut up, Dave.
I know what he's talking.
I know what he's talking about too.
I'll send it to you tomorrow. I'll send you the whole EP tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, but we like a lot of stuff.
And then you'll hear the whole, all those influences. You may hear them in the music.
You may hear them, and you maybe do not hear them.
Exactly.
People get confused with us because they say, "Your sound so different. Like we don't know if you sound like this, but then like that, and then this band, the other band, and they don't know. We don't even know. We just go in there with our stuff and we make whatever comes out."
So you're not pigeonholed into one genre.
No, definitely not.
Hey, I do want to mention that Jana Lee Machika from First Angel Media is listening in, and
Jana, what's up?
Hi,
Jana. I saw her taking pictures in Indiana, and I saw her back and forth running around taking pictures, and none of us had the chance to meet her personally, but we appreciate the pictures and we appreciate the promo, and we'll hopefully we'll see you back again in June at Metal in the Mountains.
Hopefully. Hi, Dana.
I know that she's planning on being there. I won't be, but I am part of First Angel Media.
I saw that. Yep.
In fact, the picture of Frank that I showed you on his Facebook page earlier.
Yeah.
I was out doing the photography for First Angel Media that night.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay,
cool.
gotcha.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So question 2. You mentioned you mentioned the album. How far off is it? Like how close is it to coming out? How does it compare to those other 2 albums that you have? And once it's released, where will the listeners be able to track it down?
Okay, the album's done. We're just waiting for the final masterization of it.
Final masterization.
And
artwork.
But we already did.
That's it.
We're done with it, and we're very happy with the product. The difference is you can recognize Nocion's sound because of the guitars. We have a peculiar sound. Our guitarist Cesar has a peculiar sound, and but basically it's a little bit. It's the same but different. It's not the same because every song is different. So we could go back to the first question and the influences. You see, but the songs are harder, are a lot harder.
Harder and heavier.
And heavier, yeah. And you can find us in Facebook.com Nocion, Instagram Nocion Official, Twitter,
CurtainCallRecords.com.
CurtainCallRecords.com. Yeah.
Yes.
And the Curtain Call Records is actually scrolling across the bottom of the Facebook Live video with your specific page on it. So.
Hey, John and Gigi.
Hey.
Angela, we love you guys.
I also want to give a shout out to Raina Pelly, who just joined on Facebook Live.
What's up, Raina?
Hi,
Are you guys familiar with Raina?
We know who she is. We don't know her, but we know who she is.
We know who she is.
She's the head of the graphics department and part of the photography department at First Angel as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And she lives maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes from me.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people popping in tonight.
If you guys need toilet paper, you can help each other out.
That's right.
I am. Stop about I'm tired of the paper.
Yeah, toilet paper, man. What the hell, bro?
I don't want to talk about that.
Are you guys familiar with the band Skell from here in Pennsylvania?
What was the name again? Sorry.
Skell. Skell.
Skell.
No, but I'm gonna look. No, but I'm gonna look it up as soon as we hang up.
Yeah,
they're a metal band from the Pittsburgh area. They play some shows with Silk 9, who's on Curtain Call.
Okay.
And their lead singer just popped in on the Facebook Live as well.
Hey,
hi.
His name is Wally.
Hey, Wally. What's up?
All right, so what I need from you guys right now is to tell me a little bit about the song The Grave. You could tell me what it's about, or maybe about the recording process, or something funny that happened when you were playing it on stage, whatever you would like to tell me about it.
Okay, I can tell you a few things. First of all, the lyrics are, okay, I wrote this song because of the situations that are going around the world and how the higher class and elites, how you call them, maybe they'll get in trouble for saying these things, but have the power and abuse it. That's part of the theme of the song. Something very funny about it is every time I go on stage and they look at me and I start singing it, like basically the first song we play, people get scared.
Yeah, that's usually the first song we play on our.
Yeah, we
open up our set.
Yeah, we like to open it with that, and people get really like scared, like just like the witch from hell came here.
Yeah, they see a woman up front and she opens her mouth. They're like, what the fuck?
What is this? Oh. The process of recording it was very good. We have this. We recorded out Highway Studios with Alexis Perez, and he's awesome. And we have a lot of fun every time we record a song. So, but The Grave, it was funny. The cape in the video was funny because I don't know why it's funny because I found it funny. It was actually my idea, but I thought I was the Green Reaper. It was so weird.
Yeah, that video, the Brave video, was Marilyn's idea. The whole thing. It was her idea. So
yeah, I got ideas for the video.
We just play along, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, who's in charge? Of course, right? Who's in charge?
Oh yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do real quick is we're going to take a moment and listen to the song The Grave by Nocion. And we will return shortly. And for those of you that are on Facebook Live right now, you're going to have to tune in to the podcast and the radio show to actually hear that song. But so moving on, well, what I have up for you guys next is Reality Suite has a question for you. And basically what they want to know is if living on the island of Puerto Rico makes it hard for you to get your music out to the masses.
Well, okay, that's a no, because we have internet.
We have the internet.
I know.
And we have all the connections. Actually, it's not.
Listen, when they asked that question, I actually said to him, how do you think I'm contacting them?
I found it very funny. No, I'm sorry, but
hey,
it was like people don't know.
You contacted us through a messaging pigeon.
Shut up, David. But okay, I'm getting serious. It's not that hard. You just have to work on it and you have to know how to work the social media and get your songs to the right people. And that's basically it. You got to be on top of it. That's the thing. You have to be all the time on top of it, sending your music and doing new stuff. And wow, we've been in London. We won what was it? The award of the video. We've been heard a lot.
It's just
around the globe.
I mean, if you have to work the social media networks, and it takes a lot of time.
It takes a lot of time.
It's a full-time job. You got to be there. You got to dedicate yourself 6-8 hours a day, sometimes 20, 25, 30 hours a week, just sending out demos, sending out emails, contacting people, sending out videos, sending out EPKs. It's a lot of work. I mean, it takes a long time,
But it's not hard in the sense that from Puerto Rico, we're like American citizens,
Right.
So we have we don't have that problem.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. I gotta be quiet now.
Now that does make me want to ask though, how you guys found me? Like, what were the channels that you went through that brought you to build the scene?
That's on David.
First Angel Media. First Angel
Media.
Well, that makes sense.
I mean, it's a network. Everybody. It's a network, and it's like a family. If you don't know this guy, but maybe this guy knows this guy, but I don't know her, but she knows that guy, and it's just a network,
Yep. Hey, Raina is making fun of me on the chat room right now.
Really? Why?
Because it says does an audio podcast and talks with his hands.
Don't worry, I do that too.
Well, that's a very Italian trait, and my last name is Damiano.
I saw.
Yeah, we saw that.
I may look Irish, but there is some Italian in me.
Did you watch The Irishman? What you think of that movie?
I did. I watched it like 3:00 in the morning.
What do you think of it?
I really liked it.
David is doing the interview now.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
I'm asking the question.
I really liked it, but they all play the same character in every movie they're in.
That's true.
That's true. I got it with you.
That's true.
Yeah,
but they're experts. They're experts at it. That's why they always keep giving them to them.
That's true. Yeah, I watched it. I want to say it was over Christmas break.
Yeah.
Don't tell my wife I was up at 3:00 in the morning though.
No, I think she hears this. She's gonna.
I mean, were you at home or weren't you at home?
I was at home.
Hello.
I just wasn't in bed. So I'm gonna throw a bonus question. I've been doing that a lot lately. So you guys are gonna get 4 questions. So my bonus question is: what is something that your fans would be surprised to learn about you?
About personally or about the band?
Either way. I mean, if there's something like I've had somebody answer that by telling me that they wrote a children's book.
Oh.
So.
Okay, well, let me think about it because I have a lot of crazy things. Well, I read cards. I know. I read fortune cards. I'm a mom and a grandma, so a lot of people get shocked when they know that. I have 2 grandsons, an 8-year-old and a 2-month-old. And I have 2 daughters that sing too, but they don't want to sing. So they leave it up to me. That's like the most shocking thing that people, when they meet me, they go like, what? And when we're together, like, no way. So I feel flattered and I feel happy. But I started young, so well, whatever. Things turned out awesome, so it's okay.
Well, your grandchildren are my children's age, and I wouldn't have put you that much. I mean, I wouldn't have guessed that you were my age, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I'm not that old, but I don't know your age. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah.
The thing is that I was a young mom.
I'm in my 40s.
Okay, we're there.
Yeah.
I used to be an altar boy. Does that count?
That could be something shocking.
You sound like a crazy person. Oh, Cesar just had a baby too. Nobody,
our guitar player just had a baby.
And he just had a baby, and people are most people don't know that.
Yeah, nobody knows.
So now they're gonna know.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't want to know. He doesn't want none of his groupies to know about it.
Yeah.
Whoops.
That's another secret. That's another secret.
Oh my God, we're spilling a secret. Secrets. That's so funny. So there you go. Are you shocked?
And our drummer also plays in a ska band.
Oh yeah.
He plays drums in a ska band.
Yeah.
It's an 8-piece ska band.
Yeah. They tour a lot though.
Ska is. I'm gonna. Most people that listen to my show already know this. I'm not a huge fan of ska.
No, me neither.
He knows it. He knows it.
The first ska band I ever saw was very sloppy, and that's what stuck into my head.
Those are things that a lot of people don't know about us,
Yeah,
Yep.
Basically nobody knows.
All right, so what I need from you guys right now is a question for Frank.
Okay, I have a question for Frank.
Oh, you
have a question too, right?
No, you do yours.
Frank, where's your last name from, and what are some of your influences as a country artist?
Nice.
There you go, Frank.
I mean,
that's my question.
That's our question.
That's
enough question. You had 2 in 1, okay. So we're good.
Okay. I'm not gonna argue with her,
I
never argue with her, man.
We're crazy, we're crazy.
I'm gonna guess that his name comes from Europe somewhere, because there's so many vowels in there, right?
Yeah. Oh, it sounds Spanish too.
It does.
Yeah. So that's what we're curious about.
No, I mean we're curious because, I mean, to us it sounds Spanish, but he's singing country music. But then on the other hand, it's like us, we're Spanish, but we're playing heavy metal music.
Yeah.
So it's like it's
contradictory.
It's crazy, man. Crazy,
Kind of weird.
Well, if we're going that route,
I really liked it. I liked it.
if we're going that route, I'm a Catholic school teacher doing a rock podcast.
Well, I was in a private Catholic school.
There we go.
And I was singing, and I went on top of the thing, the altar, and I threw myself. Oh my God! I don't want to talk about that. I was in my high school band. I was the devil.
I used to Hey Bill, when I used to serve as an altar boy, I used to get up on the altar wearing studded wristbands, dude.
Oh Lord!
For real, man. I got pictures too.
How did you not get burned?
I don't know. I used to eat the bread and drink the wine, man.
Oh, I would have drank the wine. I left the bread.
Can I tell you, man?
Leave the bread.
They're not allowing the wine drinking right now. That was recently banned.
Oh.
Well, I used to do it backstage, so it doesn't matter.
Oh well, yeah.
So you would steal it. You're the worst.
And by recently banned, I mean the diocese just said that, and you're not allowed to do the sign of the peace anymore either. They're trying to limit contact.
Yeah.
Really?
Everybody goes into the pandemonium and oh my God, crazy. And we're like, there's something about knowing stuff and being oh my God, like with all this on your head and thinking, people go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do that.
Yeah.
You just gotta take your precautions, and that's it. This is collective panic.
Yeah.
That's what they want. Whoa, okay, maybe they're gonna kill me.
So you made a comment about toilet paper earlier. Are they buying all the toilet paper in San Juan as well?
Same thing. It's exactly the same thing here than over there.
I don't get it.
It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. I'm like, oh, I have a neighbor.
You gotta remember, the more toilet paper you stick up your ass, the less chance of getting the coronavirus you will have.
What an idiot. Hello. David, shut up.
I mean, it's true.
He's crazy.
It's ridiculous. That's not going to stop you from getting the virus. You know what I mean?
That's been around forever.
Having more toilet paper ain't going to help you
That's the stupidest thing
stop
ever.
the coronavirus, you know?
Yeah, it's messed up.
I mean, come on.
I don't want to talk about that. I'm tired of. I want to.
Yeah.
Here. I have one.
Breathing it.
I have one more thing for you guys.
Yeah.
Can you throw your social media links at us again so that the listeners can find you once we go off the air?
Yes, Facebook is facebook.com Nocion.
Nocion, Facebook, YouTube.
YouTube is Nocion Rock Band.
Nocion Rock Band. Instagram, Nocion Official. CurtainCallRecords.com, of course, we're there.
Reverb Nation,
Twitter,
Rock Rage Radio.
Twitter, what else? Google.
But Twitter, we don't use that much Twitter.
Amazon.
We're more use more Instagram and Facebook. That's our biggest platform, and YouTube.
And we have merchandise for sale too. We got T-shirts, we got CDs, we got panties.
We got David.
Bras, you name it, man.
We're selling David.
Underwear, you know.
and just to make sure. Just to make sure everybody finds you, it's Nocion.
Yes.
That is correct. And it's spelled Nocion. It's the word notion.
But in Spanish.
But in Spanish. Instead of, you replace the T
with the C.
With a C.
It's like no C, N-O-S-E-E. O-N. It's like you say no C on. You don't see on.
You got it.
We stuck with the name because we've been together. I mean, since I've been together since like for 20 years, 18. I'm exaggerating.
Yeah, it's been together for what, 20 years?
And we didn't want to change the name.
20 years.
Even though we sing different, in English, so we don't care. That's how people know us. We're not changing that.
Well, that makes sense. If you built your following up with that name, then you want to keep it.
Yeah, I like it, but it's kind of different. Nobody knows how to say it, so I love it.
Well, the funny thing is, I did know how to say it, but I didn't know because I didn't know. Right? Once I asked him, I was like, "Hey, David, how do you say this?" And he's like, "Oh, it's Notion in Spanish." I'm like, "Oh, you idiot!"
Yeah.
It's a play on words. A play on words.
Yeah, I like it because it's weird.
And then the reason why the name came up is because it's our idea. It's our notion of how heavy metal music should be played.
Yeah. That's it. Oh my God, you knew that. How did you know that? That was old. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm talking. Well, actually, that is why the name is about. Right. So there you go. That's why it's Notion. Nocion.
Hey, well, I want to thank you guys.
I'm kind of a clown, just in case.
I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me for a little bit here.
Thanks to you.
Hey, Bill, thanks a lot.
Thanks
Jana, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
First Angel Media, thanks a lot. Everybody in Indiana and Ohio, West Virginia.
Everybody, every place.
I used to live in North Carolina, man. I mean, I miss everybody in North Carolina.
So we're thankful, Bill. Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for coming on.
Pennsylvania.
All right, so I am going to stop my Skype recorder.
Okay.
But we are still live on Facebook.
Okay.
So I have your music playing on Build the Scenes radio station. I don't know if you were aware of that. I think I tagged you when I posted it.
I'm using my phone, and Dave is the one using the other one.
So, yeah, if you go to buildthescene.com/radio,
Okay.
It's a 24/7 unsigned music, mostly from Pennsylvania, but you guys are on the playlist.
Oh, thank you so much.
Bill, we're gonna record a short greeting so you can use it on your radio, man, on your radio station.
That's awesome. I love
you
that.
Want that?
Dude,
well, we can do that for you.
As soon as we hang up, I'm gonna send it to you, man.
Okay.
And I'm gonna also email you our EP like tomorrow night.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll get that into the rotation.
That's the idea, man.
Oh, David.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bill, if anything, shoot me an email or anything, bro.
All right. When this is up, it'll go up Sunday morning. I'll send you a link to it.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.